In Alabama, we have what we call grounds for divorce, or that are legal reasons you can get divorced. But always, you may have personal reasons that we might can fit them into one of those legal reasons, but your personal reasons for needing a divorce may be very different than whatever legal reason you list out. Maybe your spouse has done something that broke your trust so much that you can never rebuild it. Maybe you've tried marriage counseling and you can't get past the things that have happened. The betrayal that is there is too big for you to overcome. That's understandable. Maybe financial things have happened to where you don't feel like you'll ever be financially stable if you're with them. Or maybe, sadly, many people are in a situation that's physically unsafe at times. You may be in a situation right now where you need to file for divorce simply to protect your health, your children, your financial assets, or your even stability at home. All these things can be reasons that you need to get divorced. And if you do, you need to reach out to a lawyer who's experienced handling cases that deal with those kind of issues. Over the many years we've practiced family law in Alabama, our firm has helped many clients throughout this state get through these really bad situations, because you never entered a marriage planning to get divorced. But now that you're at this stage right now and you know you have to, you got to talk to somebody who's able to help you get from where you are to where you'd like to be. As a divorce lawyer, I could sit here and tell you all the reasons in the world why people get divorced. But what I'd like to tell you as a person is some of the reasons people choose not to get divorced, okay? It's not any just chance that there's the old expression, it's cheaper to keep her. For many people, finances are a really big reason people choose not to get divorced. Right now, you've got a 2-income household, you got a big mortgage payment, you got a lot of bills, your kids are about to go to college, there's all kind of reasons financially that you may choose either not to get divorced or not to get divorced right now. Finances are a big reason people choose to stay together. For many people, simply the religious background or your moral compass will keep you from getting divorced. And if that's you, don't feel pressured by your friends or coworkers who don't have that same belief system that you do to get a divorce. If you need to stay married, stay married. That's totally okay if you're in that spot. Now, some people, because of financial or safety or other reasons, can't be with a spouse, but they don't want to get divorced for religious or other reasons. If that's you, a legal separation may be something you need to look at, but you may not have to get divorced. Also, for some people, simply the fact you have children who are at home right now and are growing up may be a reason you choose not to get divorced. Because no matter what's out there, the truth is if a child can grow up with 2 parents in the same home and it's stable and safe, that's a better environment for your children to grow up in. So although there might be a lot of reasons for you to get divorced, I also would really like you to consider, are there reasons I should not get divorced, or at least not get divorced right now? I want you to know there are alternatives to divorce. Now, that may be a funny thing coming from a divorce lawyer, but you need to know you don't have to get divorced, okay? You may need to try therapy right now. You may talk to your pastor. You may talk to a friend. You may talk to, a professional counselor or therapist. I would not recommend you talk to your parents, your siblings. They love you. They're always going to want you to win. Although they might like the other side, they're always going to side with you. You're not going to get legitimate, followable advice from parents or friends. They love you, but don't go to them for marriage advice, okay? People you need to talk to are professionals who have dealt with this for many different families over many different years. You can look for options other than divorce. Maybe it's counseling. Maybe it's a brief separation. Now, I think your separation needs to have a purpose. You don't want to just go into a separation indefinitely and not have a plan in the end, but have a separation with a purpose of, we're going to do these things, or I'm going to see these changes, or while we're separated, we're going to see each other on this cadence. Whatever it is, there are alternatives to divorce that you can work through. A divorce is one of the biggest topics that some people ever deal with in their entire life, because think about it. A divorce touches your finances. It touches your parenting ability. It touches where you live. It touches so many areas that are crucial to who you see yourself as a person. There's some things you need to know before divorce. First of all, you need to know, can I afford to be divorced? You need to look at your finances long and hard and determine, do I need to divorce right now? Do I need to make a plan? Do I need to wait? You need to look at your finances. You need to gauge the time you're willing to give up with your children, because you will not have your children live with you and the other parent never sees them. Short of that parent falling off the face of the earth or in a prison, your kids are going to see the other parent, and you got to know that's going to be some shared holiday time. That's going to be, maybe they live with the other parent throughout the summer. Maybe they're on a week-to-week schedule. You need to determine, what amount of time with my children am I willing to give up in order to get this divorce? So you've got to consider finances. You've got to consider the time of your kids. You also have to consider socially, how is this going to affect my ability to have the same friends we've had, to live the same kind of lifestyle we've lived before? Can I go to church where I've been going to church before? All kind of things that you think of as your social life, those things are going to be affected by a divorce. And so before you divorce, you need to look at all these areas and think, is what I'm about to do worth the change that I'm going to make? And maybe it is for you. For so many people, yes, you're willing to get out from the situation you're in, that whatever it costs you, you're willing to take that. I understand that. But it's smart to always count the cost before you do any major thing, even including filing a divorce. You know, there are a lot of things to think through before you choose to get a divorce. And if you're in the heat of the battle at home right now, your mind is spinning so hard and so fast, you might not be able to think of all of those things. That's why you need to call our office right now. We can help you think through all the issues you're going to encounter in this divorce. Because although we do hundreds of divorces a year, hopefully this is the only divorce you ever go through. So call us now. We'll help you think through exactly what you need to consider before you file for divorce.